How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy
How many
discount.
discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show. And with me right now, I've got a very special guest. She is a rising star in the world of professional wrestling, competed for numerous independent promotions over the years. Most recently has been a part of Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW. I'm pleased to welcome the one, the only, Lovely Miss Larkan. Welcome to Wrestling with Heart.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for being here.
Of course, thank you.
Absolutely. So tell me about your childhood. Where did you grow up?
My childhood. Where I grew up? Okay, so from Evansville, Indiana, originally. My childhood was pretty good. I have 2 older brothers. They got me into wrestling. That's about it, really. There's nothing special about me right now.
Did you and your brothers get to wrestle a lot as kids?
Oh, definitely, yes, definitely. We had our own little matches in our living room, and we would have we'd go out to the basketball court, and all the little, when the apartments have like complexes and communities and neighbors and stuff, they all come out and they just watch us.
Oh, really?
They did, yes.
Get any complaints or get any feedback?
Actually, yes. I would be yelling and stuff, selling, and then the neighbors thought I was getting shot or something. But no, I had to tell them I was not getting shot.
Goodness gracious. It's weird, like when you're play wrestling with your brothers or with your friends, and get to see all these other people like coming up to you. It's like you have to explain what you're doing. It's hard because they hope you're okay, which thankfully you were and are. So
I'm never okay.
You have to tell them, oh man, it's just we're just messing around.
Yeah. We were.
All right.
They hurt.
So wrestling fan since childhood. Who were some of your favorites to watch growing up?
So I think I started watching. I think I was 8 or 9. But Kelly was I don't remember the first match. So it was after we went swimming, and I came in and my brothers were watching. I think it was Monday Night Raw, and I don't know what I saw. I'm pretty sure it was probably either Undertaker or John Cena. And then and at some point I was introduced to Kelly, and then she was my major, that's the reason why I started watching it, because I was like, oh, Kelly, okay, she's cute. And then Kelly, Eve, and Alicia Fox were my top 3 for so long, and I would only watch it for them. But then I got invested in the whole entirety of wrestling, the storylines and the good and the bad. So I would say Kelly was my number 1, how I actually got into it and started watching it and was invested into it. I understand people have their differences with the Divas era and this, you know what I mean? And so I understand. Yeah, whatever. I understand it. I can see it from everyone's point of view, but I grew up in that era. I appreciate that era. But just seeing how much she's badass, right? But seeing how much she's actually progressed, and I feel like people don't give her enough credit. as well as other women from that era. But that's just me.
Yeah, I
Lisa
mean,
Lisa Fox though, she's very, very, very underrated in my opinion. She's very incredible. She has literally everything, and she's like my top three.
those are some good ones. Definitely Kelly, Alicia Fox, Eve
Eve
Torres.
Torres
That heel run in 2012, I
with
believe.
Eve.
Yes.
Oh, well, wait, hold on. Let me tell you. Oh, when she that pissed me off. Oh no, because I was
Re-
so with Eve, and then whenever all that was happening, but Beth Phoenix was. Oh my god, let me tell you a story. Okay, so growing up, I would always have my own little matches in my living room. Like I'd wake up, everyone, my mom was at work, my brothers were sleeping. They slept till like what 3 p.m. or whatever. So I had everything to myself. I had the living room to myself. I would go and do my own little matches by myself. And Kelly was always my partner. I never would hurt her because if I would, why would I? I love her to death. But then Beth Phoenix was the one. You know how everyone hated Randy Orton for so long because he was like the biggest heel.
Mhm.
That's how I saw Beth. Like I hated her guts, and so I would always beat her up. I'd beat the Bella twins up because Kelly was my girl. And then whenever Eve turned on Kelly, she was at the Beth Phoenix level of how much I hated her. It's just crazy.
Were you a fan of the video games? Did you collect all the
Yes.
action
Oh, I love
figures?
yes. Gaming, yes. So and my brothers had all the video games. They had PS2 and all that, right? And then I never got PS2. So I got PS2 when I think I turned 11 on my 11th birthday. And my first game was SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. I play that like every day. I remember the first thing I do when I wake up is create a new diva. Like I don't do no males. I don't do no creator wrestlers. I do create a diva, right? I'll create a new one every time I wake up for some reason. And then I borrowed my brother's other games. They had like the 08, 9, 10, 7, all that. But yes, I was a big SmackDown vs. Raw girl. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with those kinds of games because once you get into it, I mean, you're hooked right away.
Right.
I
It's
mean,
not just that. I like all video games too. My favorite of all time is Ocarina of Time, Zelda.
mm.
It's my favorite.
What was it? What is it about Zelda and those
Ah,
kinds of games that make you go, "This is pretty awesome"?
it's like I'm such a nostalgic. Is that the word nostalgic? Whatever that
Nostalgic,
word is.
yes.
I'm such a nostalgic person that I don't know. Like right now, like when with One Direction, I'm going back to like my roots, and I'm just like, oh, cry, cry, cry. It's like I love being sad because I'm so used to being sad. It's like a comfort thing for me, and so just having that sadness in me, it makes me happy. Don't know. That's just a trauma thing, but that's just how I feel.
Okay, so getting into wrestling with your brothers, getting to watch it on TV, got the dolls, got the action figures, got
Yes.
the
Oh, yeah.
video
Oh,
games.
can I tell you my first? I'm gonna tell you my first wrestling figures I ever got. It was Lita with I think it was like a zebra print top,
Hmm.
and then it had a Shawn Michaels. I don't know which one it was. My mom, remember, she came home. She's like, "I got these two. I just found them in the store." I'm like, "Oh, cool." But I right now they're like somewhere scattered. But right now, fans are so sweet. They like gift me like all these things. I have Kelly ECW right now. I got this other Kelly. I can't remember what it was. It's in there somewhere in my closet. I got Mick Foley. I got oh gosh, I don't remember. But yeah, I'm like slowly collecting again because like I collected a little bit when I was a kid, but not as much. But yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to have a passion
I talk a
and
lot. I'm sorry.
oh no, no,
I don't have
no. This is
friends.
good. This is good. This is good. I mean, we need
Good.
this
Okay.
for sure. So collecting all the figures, playing the games, watching the shows. Growing up before getting into wrestling, were you ever big sports? Getting into athletics, big into sports?
Um, let's see. Like before I got introduced to wrestling, like when I was like probably what 8. I remember before wrestling, I wanted to be like a fashion designer for some reason. So I was like making my own. Like I love drawing too, so I was like making my own like clothes and stuff. But nah, we're not into that no more. But I don't know. I can't remember anything past that. I know I liked acting because in high school I did 5 years of theater, so I always like enjoyed the theater parts, and also I love drawing and I like my artwork is like I don't know where that's at. It's hiding somewhere. They walked away from me, but I like dark art. I like things that if I feel something, I'll do it. I'll like have my vision in my head and I'll just do it, and it creates a whole story because I love stories. I like expressing how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling is definitely a part of that. Storytelling, getting to do acting
Big
as
time.
well. Well, were you like into like basketball or softball? Did you play a lot of sports growing up?
Well, Mm, I mean, my brothers had like a football. We'd like do that, whatever. I wasn't like into it. I didn't watch football or anything like that. I remember I tried out for basketball in fifth grade, but I didn't make it because I was too short. But I was good at that. But I didn't know that you weren't allowed to like tackle them, so I would
Hmm.
tackle them in the tryouts. But no, I wasn't really into much that. I did gymnastics for like 6 weeks. Anyway, I did pep squad. I was a fat kid, so like I couldn't do much, you know. Oh, dance! I was on dance team too. I did dance team. It was in high school, but I did dance team for 4 years. Really fun.
What was your favorite part about being on the dance team?
That I think what it was just like performing in front of people. I love performing in front of people. I like it when there's a camera in front of me. I get to like just like go all out and just be myself. It's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, once you get into your comfort zone and find something that you feel good about, I mean, you can go and do anything. So
Yes.
doing dancing, getting involved with theater, getting involved with art
Yes,
and
theater was my
drawing.
major. Theater is the reason like it helped me like I was never shy. I mean, I was never really shy, but like theater helped me like bring out of my comfort zone. And I remember everything in theater class. We got my favorite parts were improv, and I love improv. It's my favorite thing ever. I remember I just did random wrestling related stuff. And my final I did like for like when you're senior year you do a final. Um I did like a it was when what was it? It was Charlotte Flair versus Nikki Bella, like the whole it was WrestleMania, I think. It was like
Hmm.
this whole thing. And so I was like I picked this girl in class. She has no idea what wrestling is, nothing to it. I said, "You come here." Her name's Whitney. I was like, "Come here, Whitney." She's like, "Hello." She's shy. I was like, "Okay, so this we're gonna do whatever we wanted." And I said, "Can we do this Charlotte versus Nikki Bella?" And then she's like, "Oh, I don't know what that is, but okay." So like I was telling her about it. She doesn't know anything, and so we were like doing a little choreography of wrestling. She didn't know nothing about it, so it looked horrible. But I got an A+ anyway. I remember jumped off the stage like a stage dive, like a crossbody onto her. She didn't know what to do, so she moved, and then I sprained both my ankles.
Now, how does that work? Because obviously you're doing this in front of people, so I can't
Yeah.
imagine there's like a scaffold that you have to jump off of. So
It
how do
was
you?
like yeah, we had like a big my high school had like this big theater production. Like in theater we would like travel states and stuff like that. We won nationals one time, pretty nice. But our stage is like so big, so like if you jump off of it, there's like a big I don't know, a big gap to the ground. But like I knew what I was doing, but then she had moved and I was like, well, that's my fault. I did a crossbody. But it was
Yeah,
fun. It was fun, no regrets.
you only live once, right?
That's what I'm saying. And everyone in my class knew me as the Dean Ambrose girl because everything was Dean Ambrose related. I did another improv little thing we had to do, and I pretended that he like I pretended we worked together, and like I had these pictures I printed out of me and him, like it was photoshopped and me and him together. It's crazy. I sound nuts right now, but listen, it was very entertaining. It was very nice. I got an A+ still for it because it was different. Everyone in the class like they did to me everything if it's like I don't know, happy, 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 it's boring. You need some like chaos in there. You know what I mean? Like I'm so used to chaos.
It's got to be. It makes it interesting,
It
right?
does. It does. Unfortunately.
All right. So getting to do all these different things. Was there a point that you knew you wanted to be in the wrestling business, or did you know from a young age I want to go into wrestling?
Yes, sir. Still like what 8 or 9 years old learning about wrestling. I remember I was looking up school. I was like I think I was like 10 at this point. I was looking up schools on my mom's phone. I would like take her phone when she's sleeping, and I'd be like, all right, schools, wrestling schools near me. OVW popped up, but this is when it was ran by Danny Davis, I think at this yeah a long time ago.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I'm not old enough yet, but I'm gonna go here. And I was looking at apartments. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move here. Planning my whole life. It didn't go as planned, but hey, I'm at OVW now, so we're good. But yeah, I knew from like right when I started watching it is what I wanted to do, and then it was a routine for me to wake up every day, and literally every day was a routine to wrestle in my living room and do all this and that, and it was just amazing. I did my own storylines too. It was like so cool. And then at my artwork I used to draw like my gears and my like just make my own little promos, make my own move set, all that. Like I was obsessed. Like it was bad.
You were
That
a
I got in
super
trouble.
fan.
Yeah, I remember I got in trouble. I did a report on Kelly Kelly. I think it was 6th grade, and I used pictures of her that I guess weren't appropriate, but to me, I didn't matter. I was like, hey, this is her. Look at her. But yeah, then I got sent to the office for that, and no regrets.
I got to see a picture. I believe you got to meet Kelly Kelly as well years later.
I did. Me? I
Yes.
did. Yes, I did. It was at PWK, Pro Wrestling. I forgot what it's called. PWK in, I think it's like in, what, Indiana? I don't know. I've been there one time. I don't remember. I have brain damage. For real. But yes, I got to meet her there because she was doing like a meet and greet. And then we were like, hey, Kelly, can you come here? She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, I got to interview her before on the show, and she was incredible getting the
No,
chance to
she
talk with
is. She
her.
was so sweet. She talked to all the girls, and oh, she's so beautiful.
She definitely is.
Yes.
So you get into the business, you start training. Uh, it is hard. I mean, coming from dancing and acting and all these different things, what was your experience like learning how to wrestle?
So my journey is very different than everyone's. I know it because I've been through some stuff. But I'm just gonna make it short because I don't want to get into detail. But I started off. What was it? I'm not good with dates. Hold on, I gotta actually think. But I think it was like September of 2019 is when I did a. There's a wrestling promotion here in Evansville, Indiana. It's called WWA, and I did a tryout there, and then I got it. I was like, ah, cool. And so I started training there for September, October, November, December, January, like 4 months, I believe. And then that's when COVID hit. And so everything shut down. And then I met someone over Facebook that turned out to be my abuser now, but okay. But I ended up managing him. I ended up moving all the way there. Never see my family again, but moved there for about 2, 3 years. Managed. Came back home finally. I think it was like April of 2023, I want to say. And then I was lost. I was like, I don't know what to do anymore because I want to wrestle and I just want to manage. So Ronnie Roberts, the Grindhouse Pro Wrestling Academy in Jeffersonville, Indiana, he hit me up. He was like, hey, yo, come down here and we'll get started. I was like, oh, bet. So then I started there. I wish I could know the dates better, but okay. But then I started training there for a little bit. Da da da. Had my first match. I believe it was against Allie Albright, I want to say. I think that was like in what, August or something. I don't remember, something like that. But then, yeah, started there really. So I'm like about almost 2 years in now. But to me, it was it. It is hard. It very is. Yes, it's hard to learn everything. But I feel like growing up in the theater background really helped. With like the character, because I had a big character development. I've talked so much. I'm so sorry. I have a
No,
big
no, you're fine.
I have a big character development. I know. I first started off as the Stone Cold Fox, Lovely Miss Larkan. It was just a basic cookie cutter. Look at me. I got boobs. I got hair. Look, like how every girl I feel like starts off, right? But then I was realizing, like, this is just like not me. I want to be myself. I want to, I want to incorporate my real life stuff. Like I've been through domestic violence. Want to incorporate real life stuff because I was just been so depressed. I've been like so sad. I want something to make me happy. So I feel like incorporating my real life and being myself and making, like they say, find the light at the end of the tunnel, and I like feel like that's like true. So I incorporate every bad thing to make it into a positive, and that's the trauma trained Lovely Miss Larkan, with her therapist
Mm-hmm.
Larkan, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, and then I feel like the characters, like the theater, really helped like bring out like, cause I'm not shy. I can be shy, but I feel like with all the theater experience and like creating the stories and going in depth into like who I am and what I want people to see me as, especially in the matches. Like everything I do is character work anyway,
Mm-hmm.
characterization, and I feel like that really helped. But learning the moves, it is difficult at times when I learn like certain things because like I'm like a perfectionist, so I'll keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over. And if I like don't get it right the first time, I'm like, well, damn, I suck. I'm really hard on myself at times, but I gotta realize, you keep going at it and at it and at it and at it, you'll get it. So
Yeah, I mean it's like with everything, it's practice. You have to
exactly.
you have to work at it, and so uh, learning how to wrestle and training. Talk to me about some of the advice that you got from your trainers early on that you still apply to today.
Oh gosh, let me remember. Okay, there's one. There's one that I fully do believe in, and I don't exactly remember the words, but the character is more important than the wrestling itself, and I believe that 100% because you can have such a big character, and I'm not gonna say I'm not the best. I mean, I'm not a wrestler. I'm an entertainer. That's what I want to say, and I feel like if something gets messed up in the ring, I can cover it up well with my character, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
think I think it's good to have characters because the fans will get into it, you know.
exactly. And there's so much stories you can do with characters. And there's a lot of people that they're good wrestlers, but they don't have the character. You know what I mean? And whenever I see that in somebody, it makes me want to be like, I want to have a therapy session with you real quick, and I want to like give you a character because oh my gosh, if I could, I have so much like, there's so many people out there that I just want to like customize. You know what I mean? I just want to like give you a character and I want you to do something. I don't know. I think it's like the theater thing. I mean, I'm like, I just want to do so much.
So, getting into your character, you talked about her a bit ago, the Stone Cold Fox. How did that come about? And
Well,
any when you're a manager, I mean, obviously you want to uh, look at influences to figure out how you can kind of combine them into one. So tell me about how the Stone Cold Fox character came about.
well, well, it was it was a period in my life where I'm like, it was with my abuser. So he came up with it. We listened to a song and it had that word in it, and he was like, "Hey," and I was new to all this, so I just listened to anything he did, right? And he was like, "Hey, Stone Cold Fox." I was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." Okay, so then I was like, "All right, so I'm just gonna be like this, sexy, whatever, Um, that's really how it came about. Lovely Miss Larkan. My real name's Larkin. Hello, surprise! But the Lovely Miss just added to it. So like Lovely Miss Larkin, let's do that. Boom. But actually, despite every bad thing that's happened, I enjoyed managing. It's like another eye-opening experience, like a different point of view. So I do feel like as well managing did help me transition to actually wrestling in the ring, because like you do stuff on the outside of managing wrestling in the ring, so it's like the same but different point of views, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like transitioning was easier for me, if that makes sense, but it was still hard obviously, but yeah, managing was cool. It was fun.
Who when you're managing and when you're studying up on the managers of the past, who are some of your influences?
Oh gosh, who was my influence? uh okay, I remember I would always look at Vicky Guerrero, no, but like there was like all these like there was like I always grew up in the divas era, so like I was always these divas that did the managing shit, or sorry, I just cussed. Oh my gosh, the managing stuff, And I know they weren't actual managers, but they would give me names from the past, like Sherry. I would just like study and look at like back in like the 70s and 80s type things. But I wasn't really into watching old stuff back in the day. But now I am, which is crazy because I remember like whenever they would give me like stuff to watch from like whenever I used to manage, they'd be like, "Why don't you watch some of this and this and this and this?" And then I would. But to me, I just couldn't get into it. But then I like how now I can, because it's like your whole mindset changes of like wrestling and like the whole story to it. And so now I'm more into I've been watching like old ECW stuff now. And I would never back in the day. I just totally changed subjects. I'm so sorry. I do that all the time.
That's all
I do
right.
that all the time.
That's okay. We're guiding along the train here.
There
So
we
you
go. The
talked
trauma
about
train, yes.
the
That's
trauma
why
train.
I'm so bad at telling stories, because I go from one to the next, go back to that. Oh wait, skip the part. Gotta go back to that. That's how I am all the time. But
When you talk about ECW and the managers, I mean, you had several. I mean, you
it
had
was
Francine, you had Dawn
yes.
Marie,
Francine was
Beulah.
great. I was just watching. I was like probably like a couple weeks ago. Some Francine promos was popping up. I was like, okay, that was crazy. Yes.
And it's unbelievable to see how the engagement that they were able to get into it with the male
Yes.
counterparts and being
That's what
able
I'm
to.
saying. Yeah. It was like it's so much. I mean, so much different. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see over time how the manager evolved, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that we definitely need more of today are managers.
Mm-hmm. Because I
So
remember back in when I was managing, it was like in South Carolina and the Georgia area. I was like the only female manager and manager in general around that area, and it was like, why isn't there was like no more, like I feel like there should be more managers because it's like it just creates more of like a so much more you could do, like in the full picture, so much more you could do,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it creates more opportunities for anybody, both male or female,
right?
and it's not just about the wrestlers themselves. I mean,
Mhm.
um, getting to manage, who are some of the people you get to work with?
All right, the good ones. It was fun. Jerry Lawler, I did a little thing with him. That was fun. That was something. I'll tell you what. Oh gosh. Who else? Cause like right, cause I only ever managed the one person. So like when I came home, I wanted just to stop managing. So I didn't really manage a lot after that. I wanted to get in wrestling ASAP and then stop the managing. So I stopped it altogether. But the best one was Lawler. He was the funnest. He was something.
And you transition into wrestling now. You're really serious about wanting to go be in the
Yeah.
ring. Talk to me about um, when you decided to really step up your game as far as matches and really deciding, hey, I want to do this instead of managing.
Uh, that it was like an ASAP thing though. Like right when I came home, and then right when Ronnie Roberts gave me the opportunity to step in the ring and start training, like finish my training and pick up where I left off of this and that. It was like that was an ASAP thing. I was just like, okay, I don't want to manage anymore. Boom. Because when I was in the bad part of my life, I wasn't allowed. He wouldn't let me wrestle, and he wouldn't let me just. I had to stick with him all the time managing. I was like, all right, whatever. But then now I actually had my life, and I got to control my life back, and I got to take back like what I wanted to do was wrestle for so long, and so it was just like a quick, like it wasn't even an iffer, but it was like, okay, I don't want to manage no more. So I don't know if that answers your question correctly, but there we go.
So did you switch schools? Did you switch promotions? Did you find
Um, well, it was really just Grindhouse is where I originally like started again my training and finished the training was Grindhouse, and then after a certain amount of time, you get to branch out and go to different places and get reps in, work opponents that help you grow. That's what I love about wrestling as well is working with people that will not only I can help them, but they help me grow more as like a as an individual and as a character, and all the reps that I get in, that's what I really enjoy. Really,
Well, let's talk about more in depth about putting the reps in and the work in. You
my favorite.
talked about training, and it is a
Yeah.
grind. You put the
It's
fundamentals
so
together.
fun. That with the gym included, like working out, it's so fun. It's like I don't know, I like pushing myself. I like taking the risks. I love taking risks. It's so fun.
What's like your biggest motivator that keeps you going, even when you're just at a low point? What's the one thing that keeps you going to make you keep grinding and keep working?
It changes at times. Right now it's just what is it? Now it's because I'm in OVW now. I'm doing so much just like to so I'm such a big character. I like to go out there. I like to be myself. I literally like to do literally just the most random stuff because that's and they gave me the opportunity to. They gave me like the whole entire chance to be myself, and that's what I wanted to do for so long. Because I went to places, but I would just have a match and go. I wouldn't be there every week. I wouldn't be there every. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a steady thing. So now that OVW gave me the chance to be there every week and do what I want, it that's like the motivation. Like I love to be myself and everything I do is myself. And I couldn't do it without Sophia Rose, the OVW Women's Champion. She's honestly like one of my inspirations right now and that's the reason I keep going too. So
Yeah, I
fun.
mean,
I love her.
yeah, I mean, it's always good to have people that are in your corner that support you. That
Yes, and
that
finding that and finding those friendships and it helps a lot because like I didn't have a lot of there's people who say they're your friend and they go behind your back and just like completely ruin the trust bond and everything and like I never had like an actual close friend group. Right now I got like I can name a handful and I know that they will always like be there for me. Like it's hard. It's a hard business trying to make friends. Tell you that.
Yeah, I mean the camaraderie I feel like is a big
hmm
important thing in wrestling because you're seeing these people every day. You're traveling, going up and down the road. Um, Talk to me about your first few matches. Were you nervous? Were you scared? Did you feel confident?
I remember. I don't remember them. Hold on. I know one of them was against Allie Albright. That was my first one at Grindhouse in Jeffersonville, Indiana. That what was that one? I remember that because I uploaded on YouTube. Yeah, that one. That was when I was doing the Stone Cold Fox gimmick, so it wasn't nothing like I'm doing now. Like it was. It's just that. It's just there. But was I nervous? I th- I think I get still I always get nervous before every match. Like if you ask anybody if they're by me, I literally just yell in their face and I'm like going like just like going at it because I get hyper excited, nervous. Like it's weird combo, but it's like it's exciting. But I most likely was nervous. Yes. I don't remember the second match I ever had. I do not remember. I would have to like go back on my Instagram or like my calendar and just see. But I imagine I was very nervous. Yes.
Well, eventually you came up with your therapist gimmick, which I find
Uh-huh.
to be very
It's
entertaining.
real. It's real. I'll tell you how real it is. I feel like I'm scared. Okay, so I went to therapy a little before. I got kicked out. Whatever. But I feel they don't truly understand. I know this is probably a hot take, my bad. I feel like they won't truly understand me. They don't truly get how I feel. They don't understand exactly what I went through unless they go through it themselves. And therapist Larkin, she understands every single thing I went through. She understands how I feel. And that is exactly why she is my therapist.
So you came up with the gimmick yourself?
Yeah, everything I do is myself. I have such a creative mind. That's one thing I will always gloat about myself is how creative I am. All my promos I do them all myself. I edit them. Like if I think of something like one word, like I'll think of pizza rolls. Boom, I can make a whole story about pizza rolls into like a 1 minute presentation. That's how like it's I can't explain to you, but it's so fun to me. The promos and wrestling and just the coming up with like just creating stories is the funnest part for me, and I really much enjoy it.
Well, who have been some of your favorite wrestlers as far as character work and promo work
Mm.
that have kind of helped kind of get your style down?
Okay, so I wasn't alive at this time, but Brian Pillman, he was something. He was something. He was very smart with how he. I understand like that's probably how he was actually real life too, but he was crazy good, as well as Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. I'm talking about Moxley CCW days. That was I remember I would like watch that. I watched that like I think probably when I was like 15, 16. I would go back and because I was such an Ambrose fan, I was obsessed with him. And so I would go back and watch like every single thing he's done. And I know he's very much helped like me like I don't want to say like I love the word inspirations and stuff, but I feel like people take the word inspirations and try to copy them. I would never do that. It's like he helped me break out of my shell to understand exactly what I want to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
that
definitely him, Pillman, oh, Alicia Fox, I would say to her too. Whenever she was they totally she was such amazing. She had such a she's I remember before she got released, she was doing this crazy Fox gimmick
mhm.
and that was really good. I remember like I was waiting, but like she got released, so I was like, okay, now I'm sad. But her as well. I want to add in. I feel bad if I don't add in Kelly, but nothing I do is relating. Like anything I do is relating to Kelly in wrestling. You know what I mean? But I want to add her in because like she's the reason that got me into it. But I remember when I first started off the Stone Cold Fox gimmick, I wanted I her my that was inspiration from like the Divas era and stuff. But that's dead now, so the trauma train's here. So
Now getting to be in the ring now for the last 5 or 6 years. You said you started in 2019.
and no, I'm only been in the ring for almost 2 years now.
Okay.
I just been like introduced. I've been in around and training and just around in general for since 2021 is originally when I started managing was 2021. 2019 in September was when I started training in Evansville, but then the COVID hit and then it was in
Okay.
2021, I believe. I want to say like November. Ugh, God, I remember that now. November 2021 is when I started actually managing, and then I believe it was 2023 is when I came home, and then I started actually training again to be in ring.
So for the last couple of years, you've gotten to work with several different people.
I did.
Who have been some of your favorite opponents that you've got to work against so far?
They don't gotta be like notable, right? They can be indie.
Anybody,
Oh my gosh,
anybody.
there's a lot. Oh wait, I want to remember. See, I gotta like sit and remember. Marty Bell was really fun to work with. I worked with her. I want to say, was it like 3 times already? Yeah, 3 times. 3 times. She's really fun. She's really fun. I want to say, I gotta say Ali Albright because I put her in my trunk. I kidnapped her. It was so fun. She was so fun to wrestle with too. Like I can't even explain to you. I could wrestle her with my eyes closed. Like that's how close and how much I love her. Oh wait, and now and oh my god, like when you go through phases of wrestling where you're like sad and you're happy. I'm like the happiest I've ever been. Like OVW makes me so happy, especially Sophia Rose, and I love Sophia Rose. But J Rod, I got to wrestle her like probably like a couple times. She's fun to work with too. Her spear hurts though. Oh my goodness. Let's see who else is there. Tootie Lynn, she was really fun to work with too. I just wrestled Ashlyn Alexander this past weekend at Zawa Live. It's so fun because I love how she's like power rough girl. She's strong. She's raw, and I'm all arts and crafts. I'm missing my knife right now, by the way. If you've seen it, I'm really wait. No, let me get into that real quick. I'm very upset. Freya the Slayer literally took my knife out of my hands, threw it in the crowd. Crowd goes, they ducked and everything, and I don't know where it's at, and I have to literally. So listen, my therapist Larkin, she gave me this brand new knife on Valentine's Day this past year, right? And it was literally that knife, and so I don't have my good knife, but I have to probably talk to her to get my old knife back. I think she hid it from me, but that one's not as like good because it gives me like a self-sabotaging type of like mannerism, and I'm not really looking forward to that. But if I have to do it, I got to do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like. Ugh, but anyway, off track again. Yeah, Freya the Slayer. It's very fun to work with too. Who else is there? Who else is I worked? Carter Kaufman. Oh, I love Carter Kaufman. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yes, I love her so much. I love working with her. Like she's so fun, and she has like this little baseball gimmick she does, and I just love playing the baseball with her. Yeah.
The baseball meets the knife.
That's what I'm saying. Oh,
You've gotten to work a lot of people. What is your ultimate goal in the business?
to make it. I would love to go to NXT. That's like my favorite because I can't explain to you, but it's like there. I can't explain to you how much like just NXT in general. I've been watching it since when did it first start? I don't remember the exact year.
Started in 2010.
It did.
I remember as like a game show, and I think it became like developmental.
Yeah, I remember that.
It became like it switched to like the Performance Center in like 2012, 2013.
I remember it was when Asuka had that long reign. That was when I was like started watching. I was like, I know it's changed over the years and stuff, but like that's always been I love NXT so much. I remember the game show, dude. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. I remember Kelly was Naomi's pro. I remember AJ Lee was on there. Oh, that was cool.
Caitlyn was on there too, and
Oksana.
Vicky Guerrero, Oksana. I
used to watch that at the time. I watched it for it because I knew Kelly was on there. Is the reason why I watched it. But yes, and Laypool, I remember that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, NXT's definitely produced some of the greatest stars.
Really have.
I love the 2.0 era personally. It's kind of my favorite era of NXT, but I love Black and Gold as well. I think gotten to see the evolution of NXT and seeing all the stars that NXT has produced gone on to the main roster.
I think that's why I like it so much because like you see them. That's how like they start off there. It seems like, and then they get to grow to the main roster. It's like a development thing I like about it. I like watching things grow.
Yeah, I mean Braun Breaker, to see what he's doing now. Just when he started, wrestling Tommaso Ciampa to now. At the top with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where that goes because I definitely can see Braun Breaker as a world champion. And
exactly, yeah.
I like what Roxanne Perez has been up to.
Roxanne.
Doing lately. She's amazing. Getting the chance to see what she's she was doing well as NXT Women's Champion. Now she's on Raw. getting to really mix in with some of the talent there. So
Exactly. It's so fun to see like indie talent go to NXT as well, then go to the main roster, see their whole progression. I love that.
Yes.
So for that.
So tell me about some of the dream matches that you hope to have in the future. Who are some of people that you go, man, I'd love to wrestle this person?
ah, it was okay. I don't know. Is Alicia? What's she go by? Victoria Crawford now.
Mm-hmm.
Her real name. I don't know if she's taking any like bookings, but I remember when she first started, wrestling around. I was like, that's one of my dream matches. Always been my dream match. Was her. Who else is there? Ah. Okay, I already wrestled Missa Kate once, but I really want to wrestle her again because I've improved so much, and I feel like it would be a banger of a match. Who else is there? Brooke Havoc.
Okay.
I've seen some of her stuff, so it'd be really cool. I'm trying to think. See, like when you ask me a question, I'm just like, wait, hold on, I gotta like think real quick. Brittany Brooks. I've seen a lot of her stuff. I really like. I love character. I love wrestling people who with like a big character because there's so much you can do. There's so much story you can tell, and I have arts and crafts. Like I got arts and crafts of like literally almost all my opponents. There's some right here. I just have on my bed, and it's just so fun, so fun. Because I bring props with me everywhere I go, and there's so much you could do. Just so much you could do.
Yes, lots you can do for sure. And how creative you are, I could definitely see you becoming such a big success with any company, whether it's WWE
Yeah,
or AEW.
whichever.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happen in
We'll
the
create a
future.
story somewhere, you know.
Yes. Now let's switch gears. I know you've got a story. If you want to talk about it, feel comfortable talking about it, we can. And we're a show that talks about giving back and helping others. So feel free to share anything that you've done and have helped with, gotten involved with over the years.
Right. You're talking about domestic violence, right? Yes. I don't. I don't think I'm. I already shared my story. Like, but I don't think I'm comfortable like speaking about it yet. If that's okay. Like, because I just know I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, and then there's so many. I go through the 5 stages of grief every time I'll talk about it, and I'll go from like happy, mad, sad, laugh. I'll look bonkers, right? But I've like going through what I went through. Like, I know people are like, everything happens for a reason. Like, there's good in that, and there's bad in that, and I feel like if I didn't like I didn't deserve any of that, I know. But I feel like if I didn't go through any of that, I wouldn't be like who I am today or like doing what I'm doing, I feel. And cuz if I don't know, it's hard to even like think about that, but my favorite thing about like you say giving back, and I'm always there for people. I'm always there for people when they like going through anything, even if it's domestic violence related, or if it's like trauma related, or it's like they're like because when you escape from abuse and stuff, it's always on your mind. So you like you never actually fully escape it. Like in my like how what I go through right now is like I'm away from that, yes, but it's always like there's PTSD. There's always like it's always on your mind. Like I'm not myself still. Like I'm getting there, but I'm not ever fully gonna be myself, and I accepted that. I'm always gonna feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I'm always gonna like have those memories, have those like bad flashbacks, or like if I like ever try to date again or anything, it's like I see them in the new person's eyes. Does that make sense? It's really messed up, and it's really like it's just trauma, and a lot of people won't understand it unless they go through it. And not just abuse; it can be literally anything that creates trauma. It's always going to be on your mind. You're never going to fully like be in reality, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. But I've helped. I love helping people, and I feel like helping people helps me heal. So if I help someone heal, it helps me heal in a way because like it's like we're bonding over the stuff that we went through, and like I still like I don't want to say but my friend like she's going through stuff like that too. So like we help each other bond, and like it makes you feel less crazy because abusers make you feel crazy. They make you feel nutty. They make you feel like an actual trauma train, and expressing it to someone who gets it and understands and went through similar or even the same thing, it makes you feel like a release in you. It makes you feel like you're not crazy. Like the thing you went through is real. What they did to you was real. They're literally the worst person in the world. You're not the worst person. They are. And but people always like message me, whatever, DM, email, and I always like anything I drop what I'm doing, answer them, try to comfort them. make sure they don't feel what I felt, because I didn't have anybody at all when I was going through the stuff. Like, it was horrible. Like he, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it, but I had nobody. I don't want people to feel how I felt, like they have nobody. They're alone, depressed. And the one thing I want people to know is that, like, you have people. You do have people that will hear you and understand you. So.
Do you recall
It's hard. It's hard to talk about. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to
There's so much.
overcome,
Yeah.
such
like,
a
I can't
traumatic
explain to you.
events.
There's like so much that I want to talk about, but I feel like it's not like the right time to. I don't want to say the time, but like it would take like I kid you not, like 5 hours, and I'll be talking about it because there's so much to it. Like, I came out about it, what happened to me, this and that. But there's so much more to it that I don't. It's just uh, ah.
Can you talk about a time where you were able to help someone overcome something that they were struggling with, or something that you were there for them that kind of helped make a difference?
Yes, there's a lot of them. A lot of them. So, what was it? I forgot what the organization was called. But when I first came out, like, when I got away from it, try to figure out who the heck I was, because I was groomed by this person too. So it's like you rely on them for so much, and then they're your best friend, they're your boyfriend, best friend, brother, dad, like they're everything in one thing, and you rely on them for everything. So whenever I left and I was alone, I was like, you're not here anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. I didn't even know how to drive a car. He did everything for me, like drove me everywhere. I know how to drive a car. I didn't even have a phone. Like, I didn't do, like a phone bill or anything like that. So I was like, I had no service on my phone. I didn't do anything. I was learning everything to do by myself. I, like, right when I came home, I started like learning how to drive, get my license. I got service on the phone because I went without service for so long. I was like doing grown up things, and because it's like I'm a grown up, but like I was learning how to be a grown up, if that makes sense. Because like I just relied on someone that I shouldn't have relied on. But uh my friend went through like this, like very very similar at the like same time as I did, but I didn't know that she was going through this stuff. Like, it's same, like she didn't know I was going through it, but I didn't know she was going through it too. But I remember whenever like I came out about like the stuff that I went through, and like trying to educate, because so when you try to educate someone who doesn't understand, they automatically will be negative and be like, oh, then why didn't you leave, or why didn't you do this and that? But they don't fully understand exactly that you can't just leave. You don't understand that you're being abused when you're being abused, because you want to believe in the good in them. As well as whenever stuff would happen to me, he would love me after. I thought every like relationship did that, like they would hurt and then hug them after. Like, it was just that is like the mind effing. I don't know if I can cuss in here, but that's like mind fucking. Okay. But my friend was going through the same. I didn't know that. I would help her out, like text every day. There was this organization, I forgot what they're called, but I would join like a huge like group chat with them, and we got to help like people that like there's people like in, like, it was like different countries I'm talking about, and they would come to like the group chats, and we would get like they would tell us, okay, you go with this person, you go with this person. And what was it, it was like stop domestic, I forgot what it was called.
Like a domestic violence.
Rise against domestic violence, I believe that's what it was called.
Mhm.
It's like a Facebook group. It was a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And then we would go on like WhatsApp, and they would like give us like certain things to do, blah blah blah, if we have time and stuff. But it's like just helping like just people in general, knowing like how they felt and this and that. It was hard, but like the people had it worse. Like, I understand, like I had it really bad, but hearing about other people that like had it worse, like I'm talking about like child custodies, I'm talking about divorces. I don't have children, I never been married. It was that, like, whenever I had to talk to people that went through that kind of stuff, it was kind of hard, because I was like, I didn't go through that child custody divorcing type things because I was young. I'm like really young, I don't do that stuff. But I would still like, be there for them, listen to them, especially like the mental and emotional parts, because that's sticks with you forever. And it's hard. It's hard to heal. I tried to heal, and then I unhealed, and then I healed again. It's like it's not linear. It's always gonna like be messy, and I'm still trying to heal. Wrestling helps so much, and it's hard, but I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, everything that you've been through, it's tough
This is my first
to.
time like talking about it too, so I'm like, ah. there's so much in my brain and I don't know how to word it out. This is my
It's
first
hard.
time
It's hard. It's hard.
vocally.
It's hard. It is.
Yeah, it's easier to type it out because you get to like whenever I was typing it out, I would like sit in my room alone and I would like because like I get to cry by my like I don't want to cry on camera right now, but I get to like feel every emotion and then let it out and take the time. Like I would say it was like probably like 5 hours, like taking the time and just letting all the emotions out. And I'm not gonna do that on here because I would look crazy.
The important thing is that you're happy, you're healthy,
Sometimes.
you're able to go about your life and have friends and have people around you that care
Yes,
about you and support you, and you're able to in, take each day and enjoy as much as you can because
exactly.
you know
Like the way I look at it is like there's because like I had like what it was like probably I want to say 5 years of my life was like taken, and I know like 3 of them I was with the person, but the 2 years after that I kept going, not going back physically, but going back mentally and emotionally. Meaning I would answer the guy's email saying I miss you, I'm sorry for everything, please come back, blah blah blah. I would go back, and that's what we do, you know.
wait
Especially like I mean, we go back to the people that hurt us over and over. But I've stopped now. Obviously, I'm the best. I'm like the happiest, like the happiest person right now. Like I've never been like happy. So yeah, it's hard.
when you're helping others, what's something that gives you the most joy when you're paying it forward to someone else?
mm, happy, happy, happy. Like bonding with them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like when you're giving back and helping others.
I think it's creating friendships. I want to say that. Whenever like I know someone's like going through what I'm going through, what I went through, or I still go through, because it's always gonna be in the back of my head. But it's like creating those friendships and that bond with the people. Even if we don't like, there's so many like friendships I created with it, and some that I created friendships with, but we don't like talk as much anymore. But it's just like knowing that you're not alone is like what makes me happy. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
having that
making them.
support system.
Yeah, because I'm not used to having like like the normal things, like having friends and having someone compliment you and they mean it, or like right now, like there's so many nice people that I've met at OVW and they're nice to me. And when they're like, I always think someone has like a hidden agenda because I'm so used to that. And so like the normal things, like I'm saying, like if someone's like, you look so pretty, and in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, they're lying. They want to hurt you. They want to do something. It's the normal things that I'm not used to, and so that's why people always think people think I'm weird. Like I understand, I know, but people like think I'm like not all there, and I'm not all there. I got brain damage. Yes, yes, yes. But I mean, like people think I'm so weird because I'm just not used to doing the things they normally do because they didn't go through what I went through. They have a better life. They grew up better. They had healthy stuff. Like I'm just not used to healthy is what I'm trying to say. So whenever I'm trying to get used to doing healthy things, it's like in the back of my head I'm not used to it because it's not my comfort level, like chaos, like my whole gimmick. I'm chaotic, that's just who I am. So whenever I'm like in a setting where everything is good and I don't have to be walking on eggshells, it makes me feel weird because it's like, oh, this is good, where's the bad stuff at, because that's what I'm used to. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right,
It's just
right.
like what I said earlier, my comfort is sad, and it's weird because sad makes me happy. I don't know if that makes sense to some people, if they understand it, but it's something that I want to try to break because I have like goals for myself mentally and emotionally. I want to break. I want to be happy. I want to feel guilty for being happy because when I'm happy about something, I feel guilty for some reason.
You deserve to feel happy
I
and get that
know it's hard.
happiness. And the thing is like you have to find those things that make you happy
Hmm.
inside. We're talking here about creativity. You've enjoyed, whether it's wrestling or writing stories or art or
Yes,
whatever, finding
that makes
those
me happy.
passions, those things that, yeah, like those are the kinds of things you should gravitate towards because
Hmm.
they're your escape. We watch wrestling
Exactly.
for escape to get us out of everyday problems, the real world problems,
Hmm.
finding things that make you want to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. You're talking about OVW being a good place for you, being able
Yes.
to.
I'm so happy being there.
Yeah, and it seems like you are, and so you've got to find those things that are going to keep you going. That's what
Yeah, and
that's
the
what it's about.
fans too. Like when the fans like they're so invested in you and they're so behind you and like they get you and understand you and like they're so invested in the stories and like that's what like also helps like make me feel like I'm doing it for them too, not just myself. It's like it makes me happy. I like making people happy. Even when I'm
Yeah,
sad, I like to make people happy.
yeah. I mean, you have to find something that really, really gets you out of that funk.
hmm
Just you're talking about the trauma train. You got to get the train rolling and
You're
and and
wrong,
and, and
man.
and take it into overdrive because
That's what
it's
I'm saying.
it's it's gonna it's gonna it's the positivity doesn't stop. That's what we're
Mhm.
about here on Wrestling with Heart. It's about positivity
Yes.
and really putting a smile on people's faces.
Right.
Now talk to me about the day in the life. Talk about healthy things. Do you have a regimen as far as like your
Regimen.
routines that keep you going? Need that pick me up?
Let's see. My whole routine has been like messy recently because I'm always on the road. Like I kid you not. I just slept in the car a few days ago. Okay, it's like so
Hmm.
chaotic. But I like it. I like adventures, and I feel like if it's the more chaotic, the more adventure I'm gonna have. Like what was it? I was driving. Like I was with my friend. We went to the show at Zala, right? And we are just driving and driving. If we see something, we'll stop and go like it be like an adventure type thing. But I don't even know what's my regimen. Is that a word? Regimen? Did you say what you said? Regimen?
Yeah, regimen or
I never knew that's how you
routines.
pronounced it. I seen that word. I never knew how you pronounced that. Regimen. That's funny. My regimen. Let's see. So I actually, I have, I work. Actually, have a job. What is it? I don't even know. Gym. I go late. I go late. But then I end up going to bed like at 3 a.m. But I end up waking up around like I think 9 a.m. usually. And then I forget to eat breakfast. My bad, guys. But I like to drink what is it? The no sugar body armor. Love that. I drink that usually. There's some protein shakes I do here and there. Um, what else is there? Yeah, I really don't know. I think my regimen, whatever you said, is boring. It's chaotic. I'm always on the road all the time. I work. Barely sleep. I gym. I love gym. What else is there? If I'm feeling a little like, adventurous when I don't have to wrestle or anything, I'll go like random shops. I love thrift stores. I'll tell you what, like I love thrift stores so much. I'll do that. But also, oh my gosh, right, yeah, content. I love creating content for online. Like that's always in my mind. I always do social media content. I always promo skits, all that. I always like to sit in my room and I like to go on my notepad and like do like I want to do this, I want to do this, write down ideas and then I'll create it. I just got fans are so sweet. I have an Amazon wish list and they buy me stuff on there and it makes me so happy. And I'm like, oh, people like me. It's so sweet. So I have like this big photo shoot type thing. Like I don't know what's it called. It's like a green screen thing, and then you do photo shoots. I want to do some more like promo pictures. So I got some new gear. I talk so much and fast. I'm like Eminem. I'm so sorry again. Um, um, I like to clean too. I love cleaning, like cleaning my room, but then I'll end up getting it messy. But then I'll like attempt to clean it again. But yeah, my regimen's like just like chaotic. I don't really have a routine. I just do what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, well, the thing is like the things that make you happy are the things
Mhm.
that you should really
I like to not
enhance.
think because I overthink a lot. Like I have OCD. I've had it since I was a kid. Like I had to take pills for it. I stopped taking the pills like 5 years ago. Surprise! But it's like my head, my everything. There's so much in my brain, and it repeats itself over and over and over and over. And I can't explain to you how like it's like ah. So I like to try to like not think, and it's hard to not think, but like not think and just do what I want to do. It's crazy.
What are some things that really make you happy the most
Besides wrestling,
besides wrestling?
that's hard. Do, does promos count as wrestling?
I mean, I guess yes, because you're because
Ah,
you're but you're because you're creating that content. But yeah, I mean,
true. Um, like without wrestling, gosh, like hold on, now you gotta make me think. That's sad. That's sad. Hold on. Um, Queso on YouTube. He's like a gamer. You don't know Queso?
n- uh, I've heard the name.
No queso. I love queso. Oh, One Direction. There's a perfect answer for you. One Direction. After Liam passed, I've been on my nostalgic stuff. One Direction makes me so happy. Harry Styles makes me so happy. Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson make me so happy. They're my I can't explain to you how much Harry Styles he's like my happiness. Like you have that one person and that's like a celebrity, you know, a public figure that literally makes you happy. It's Harry Styles for me. I can't.
What's your favorite Harry Styles song?
Oh my gosh, you're not gonna do this to me right now. They're all so good. I want to say, I don't know, they're all so good. There's some unreleased ones that, like, you probably never even heard of them. But there's some unreleased ones. That are there's just like different levels of like he has like the songs that are sad and the upbeat. Like all his music's technically like really sad. Like what was it? As It Was is so like if you listen to it, it's really depressing. But there's just like a happy upbeat to it. But I don't have a favorite because I can't choose a favorite. But Kiwi, wait, are you a Harry fan or no?
I'm familiar with his music. I have listened to I have listened to his songs.
All right, all right. He's been not making music for a couple years now, but we just seen him in the studio in Berlin, and I'm hoping it's more of a David Bowie vibe because I know he likes some David Bowie. We all like David Bowie. I hope so. But it's hard to pick. But I would say Kiwi right now because Kiwi it's just like a different vibe that I never like really heard from him. And I was like, eh. But his first album was always it's probably always gonna be my favorite because it's nostalgic and it's like Sign of the Times. Oh, let me tell you what, Sign of the Times was like one of the best like first songs that like anyone. You know what's it called? People make their first songs and they release it like the first songs, singles. Is that what they're called?
Yes, yeah.
That one right there, top tier. Sign of the Times. I can't explain to you like, and I love how he's like people don't give him enough credit. He's so creative and he's so like poetic as well. If that makes sense, like poetic as in like telling stories and stuff. And he's such a good person too, and it makes me so happy. But I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I can't choose a favorite right now. I would say Kiwi right now. Just right now. It maybe will change in 5 minutes, but.
Well, the thing is you've got stuff that makes you happy, and that's the stuff that you should focus in on through all the sadness, weather the storm, and pursue your dreams. I mean, I think that
I love Sophia too. It makes me happy.
So as we're kind of coming to a close here, what is it about, doing these things, the wrestling, the content creating, that makes you feel good inside?
You feel good inside. I think it's mainly, it's like I want to tell my story through my wrestling. Because like whenever when people tell their story and they come about like anything bad that's happened to them, there's always people out there that like be like, oh, that's not true, this and that. They try to bring you down even more, and it's like it makes me like strive to like I want people to hear my story, and like there's so many people out there that go through not just what I went through but worse, and like I had a lot of people like DM me and say this, but like they seeing my content and seeing my stuff, it makes their day like better because they've been through like bad this and that, and it makes them like see hope, if that makes sense. And it's weird hearing that and seeing people like say that because it's like that's what I like I want people to see that as, but it makes me like oh, like really, that makes me happy. So like I just like putting smiles on people's faces and I like people feeling like they're not alone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes me sad. It makes me sad. I'm like,
no, it should.
It's like emotional. I'm like, I feel emotions. Hold on, there's so many.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. I don't know. I love theater. And I know that's what wrestling really is, theater. And I'm trying to make it too, man. I just want to make it because I have so much things, so much like opportunities, and so many like stories I want to create. Like right now, I have I can't tell you. There's so many ideas I have, and like I just want someone to see the potential in me. And I know people do, but I want like the bigger places. And they're like, oh, she has the potential. I want to give her that chance because I wish people would give me more chances. Like I reach out so much, but I just wish people would give me that chance because I promise you, like that chance would be like.
Well, hopefully you'll get there. I hope that you're
smart.
able to pursue your dreams and get to the main stage, whether it is a WWE or AEW or TNA. I wish nothing but the best for you and look forward to seeing you on television in the near future. But Larkan, this has been wonderful getting the chance to speak with you. I want to
I
say
could talk all
thank you.
day.
Yeah,
Can you tell I can talk all day?
yes. Look, we'll do a part 2. We'll
I
have
would
you
love a
back
part
on.
2.
Yes. This has been wonderful getting the chance to speak with you. It means a lot to me and to
You
my
too.
listeners and viewers that are watching this on Wrestling with Heart. Where can people find more about you on social media?
So I love Instagram, and what else do I use? I really use Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Let me remember. Instagram's Larkan Danielle, Larkan Danielle, and then Facebook Lovely Miss Larkan. TikTok, oh my gosh, what is it? It should be Lovely Miss Larkan. It should be. YouTube Lovely Miss Larkan. I need to upload stuff still, but I really do use just Instagram. I use all, but Instagram's like all my content. I really do. Twitter, I forgot. Twitter Larkan Danielle.
All right. Well, thanks again, Larkan. And
Thank
yes,
you.
we'll do a part 2 in the future.
Yes, I love talking. Woo.
All right. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.